Today, take a look at the HIZONE MIG 135. So we got a grounding clamp that has a standard twist style lock, and I like to see that it actually has a braiding on there. So in the event that it's making better contact on this side than on this side, it doesn't have to rely on the pin in the middle in order to carry the current to that wire. Here we got our MIG gun. It also has a twist style lock, and we've got a 2-pin control wire coming out of that. It's a little hard to read, but it looks like the tip it comes with is a 0.8. The comfy feeling trigger, and we do have a hanging hook on the back. This is nice. We also have a stinger. So if you prefer welding with a stick electrode, we got that as an option. I also like seeing that we actually got nice deep cuts on there, so we can make sure we got a good grip on that electrode. We got our wire brush with a chipping hammer. And it comes with a spool of wire, and it says that this is 0.8, it is half a kilogram. So we also came with a strap and our instructions. And with that, we got a couple extra nozzles and tips. So that is going to plug into a standard household outlet. On the back, we do have active cooling. We got our power switch, and we got a table with our ratings. I like that we got a nice thick handle on there. Then on the front, we got our interface. Looks like we got a spot for our stinger and our ground, and we can use our MIG right here. We got that hole in the middle for the wire to feed through. So here's our feeding wheel. We got a 0.8 and we got a 0.9. We're going to be using the 0.8. So this is going to be feeding wire from the bottom, so we want to make sure that we're putting this in, so it's going to go counterclockwise. And there's always a good idea to have some needle nose pliers when you're doing this, because you do not want to accidentally let this guy go. So I'm going to cut off anything that's bent, and then we'll feed that in. We want to make sure we don't let go of it, because we do not want that to unspring. Okay, got the wire feeding out the front. And we'll lock that guy down. Now we can drop our MIG receiver onto that wire and give that a twist. And the controller will push right on, and then just twist the collar to lock it in place. So right now it is on flux 0.9. We can do flux 0.8, MMA, lift TIG. We're going to be using flux 0.8. So I'm going to take this cable and I'm going to stretch that out so it is as straight as I can get it. I'm going to pull the trigger. I'm going to watch inside and make sure that nothing is jamming up. And we are ready to go. Now we can throw on our tip. And you can tighten that up with a tool if you want to. I usually put these on finger tight. And our nozzle. So that's ready to go. Okay, so they started out with everything maxed. Let's take it down to 60 amps. I'm going to be welding 1/8" steel. We'll see how that goes. This is one of the things I like about this welder, is that you actually have the capacity to adjust the voltage. A lot of new welders, especially smaller welders, they try to do everything for you, and most of the time they do pretty good, but having the capacity to actually adjust it yourself, I find to be very useful. So we're at 60 amps, 18 volts. So that thing definitely runs very smooth. I wasn't getting any kind of like poppings or crackings. There was no inconsistency whatsoever. Basically, it was just running. And there's the weld. It's a little cattywampus, not exactly straight, but I mean, that thing, it put down a nice bead. So overall, that is a pretty nice welder. I'm happy with that.